am great. I'm going to tell you I'm over the moon because I got my intensive confidential file folder yesterday with episode 301 and 302 in it, and they were awesome.
Get out of town.
I'm serious. I felt very special. And it actually says, like, property of the IIB and gives your case file and everything. It's very cool.
Oh, good. It took Ennis and I, like, days to make all those packages, so I'm glad that people are, like, receiving them with joy. That's
I know. Well, I will do cartwheels afterwards. It'll just be awkward now. But, Craig, so let's just talk.
I should make a request. If I make a long pause and you edit out the long pause with a visual, can you insert yourself cartwheeling?
Yes. Yeah, you know, see, that's just it. I like people too much to actually have them see that, so I'll figure out something. Craig, just to refresh myself, I went and watched the last couple of episodes of Season 2. Then I watched these first 2 episodes from Season 3, and I love it. And I love your new status. Do you love it too, this special consultant thing?
I do.
I love when you just arrive on the scene and everybody's like, what are you, a cop? And then you go, no, I'm a special consultant. Like, you kind of say it like James Bond.
Well, here's the deal. I want people to pay special attention this year to every time Toby Logan arrives on the scene, yes, where he is a special consultant. He arrives with no gun in these highly explosive, dangerous situations. I want you to watch his, like, reactions. And what I'm talking about is when he first gets there, when he stops and, like, watch his hands in the air and kind of shielding. He shields himself a little bit with his hands, like, what if a bullet, you know, blah, 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 maybe I'll block the bullet with my hand, I don't know. So Toby Logan will never have a gun, and it's kind of beautiful, and it's like, so watch how he arrives on scene. Maybe somebody will, mash together a whole bunch of the video clips, I don't know, but I definitely tried to do some, like, little, very subtle humor in making each time I arrive just a little bit different.
Well, let's talk about the humor because there's such a rhythm, and I think with any cast, I mean, a good cast can put a drama on the screen, no problem, but it takes a real rhythm between everybody to deliver that comedy that you guys have. That's such a big element. Talk to me about that because I know there was a lot of new cast last year, and they're back for Season 3. What's the vibe? What's that feeling like?
The vibe's so cool. Getting to play a little longer in the sandbox with people you've already started to play with, who you began a rapport with. I think one of the things we're always looking for, and I know especially with someone who is so comedy oriented like Ennis Esbern, who's always looking for where the humor lies. For the Lauren Lee Smith and the Peter Stibbings and the Rainbow Sun Franks and the me's of it all. We love finding in the rehearsal, in the blocking, what else we can pop off the page. And it makes the dance a little more fun, a little more enjoyable when you can maybe find a little humor in it. We're always trying to look at where the smile is and where the joy is. So, that's really, we're just trying to live it as well on the set. And hopefully some of it translates. The other thing is we're at the mercy of the editors and the producers afterwards. And they use and pick what they use and pick, so you hope to give them as much material as you can. Yeah,
it's really subtle, though. I love it. I mean, it's not an you got to be listening, and it's so fast and so funny, and I love...
Toby Logan, I love that you caught up to it, and sorry for interrupting you, but I'm glad to hear it, because it's like, for me, I'm playing it, it's dry, it's in there, it's subtle, it's very much present, but it's not on your nose.
Right. Which, that's my favorite kind of humor. Now, I just before the part I was going to say is I love when Dev was giving you the tour of the IIB office and the mug. I can't give too much away, but, I mean, just little things like that, so funny.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's talk about the lighter side and the smile, and I just worry about you from a love standpoint. Is that wrong? Because, I know that there's the drama and the comedy, and you have the women. But the long-term relationships, what's the deal there? I know you're complicated, and I could see why girls might not want to date you because, you can read them.
Well, the reality is we need people like you to worry, because if you don't worry, then you don't care. So you care, so you worry. That's perfect for us. And I think they manipulate you, and I apologize for the manipulation.
Don't mock my room.
I have nothing to do with it. I want some more love, and I want to be making out with beautiful babes. But it's just, when there's a case to be solved, there's no time to make out with the babe. We leave that up to Ennis and, in the character of Oz. But the other thing is, I think it's going to take someone equally as complicated and equally as much of an outsider as Toby for him to go down that road again. It's got to be someone pretty insanely special.
Right. I was thinking at the end of season 2, you'd found your girl, and then sadly, yeah, no.
Don't get too close to old Toby Logan. Trust me. He's a bit Medusa, Venom boy. I don't know.
Really? What are you telling us?
I mean, how many people have died now? 2 people in 2 seasons.
Are you like a fire starter, but not really? You're a love starter?
Think about it. I want you to think about this, and I want you to think about the tease they've given you for season 3 that a potential main character might die.
I know.
Just think about it. Don't get too close to Toby Logan. If anything, Toby's kind of going, oh, I gotta save these girls. I can't open my heart. Look what happened.
Wow, really?
I think I just swore. I don't know. It comes out so
That's all right.
naturally.
I can take that out easily. Okay, so I know that I am overthinking it, but I kept thinking all through last season, like, is he getting paid for this? Is he getting compensated? And now that you're on the new team, I'm kind of glad. Is that wrong of me?
No, not wrong.
Okay.
And there was a point where I think I asked someone, how much am I getting paid?
Right.
He's getting paid. He was getting paid on the side. Now he's getting paid more. And I don't know. Toby Logan really doesn't need money. He doesn't buy anything, really. Obviously, he inherited some sort of incredible apartment with tons of knickknacks.
Right.
But he doesn't buy anything.
So let's talk about the crossover, because that's a big event. A lot of fans of Flashpoint and The Listener. And I've always been a fan of when that happens on TV. I know it's going to be a big deal this season. What was it like for you?
Well, Ennis and I, we talked about having a crossover from the very beginning. It just made complete sense that obviously the Flashpoint world and the Listener world could collide very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be very honest with you, I wasn't aware of all the politics going on behind the scenes because obviously you've got a few different networks involved with their licensing or whatever they owned in Flashpoint versus the Listener. And so they worked it out, and we got Spike on the show. And to be very honest with you, I don't have a scene with him. He was in the hospital, not me. I think it was with Ennis. So
okay.
I wish I could have been involved more in the hype, but I'm not. I think still there's an opportunity for us to go on the Flashpoint, which would be insane, and obviously that would be having to happen now.
Right. How about a Republic of Doyle? Because we're CNBC and we celebrate them.
Let's get them another season, and then I've talked to Hako, and he said he'd love to get me on the show. So I'd love to get on the show. Even as Toby Logan, that would be kind of just interesting. Toby's passing through on a stopover or something.
I love it. Well, they've got their season 4 renewal. So
did they?
Yes, sir.
Right on.
I'm looking forward to that now. I'll launch my own campaign. How about that?
Please, can you do that?
Yes.
Like more Canadian crossovers. That would be awesome.
I will start.
Why wouldn't we be doing this? This is so silly because we can and we should.
Well, let me just quickly get to. I put it out there to fans, and you've got a lot of them, as you know, to give us some questions. So I got this question. I'm going to say 20 times, but Karen Ford from St. John's, Newfoundland asked, will Craig ever be on Twitter?
I love this. I'm getting asked this question all the time now. Well, the short and the quick answer is I've already been on as under an alias.
Really?
But it wasn't my thing.
Oh.
And got off. There's something, and I've been kind of mentioning it on this whole tour of publicity. Many, many years ago, something happened in my life that's kind of private and personal that has kept me away from sharing my private information on the internet. Okay. And so, I respect and honor, and I love that people are asking that and looking for it, but I hopefully they also respect and honor that I choose also personally to not do it.
Fair enough. All right. So
it might come out in the woodwork one day what exactly happened, but it was enough to turn me off. So
okay.
Someone ruined it for everybody, I think.
Ah.
The beauty is I love being able to talk to people like you who use the medium so well. So it's like, boom, why do I need to be on it when you can
Did
Spread
you?
the love, spread the word.
There you go. All right. Speaking of love, Jan from Cape Breton, who actually really got me hooked on your show through Twitter. How's that for a segue?
Right on.
She wanted to know about your backstory. She wants to know if Toby's backstory is ever going to come into season 3 with your mom and your brother. Are we ever going to hear anything about that?
I'm going to say no.
Is that true? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, and this has nothing to do with us. It's absolutely the producers, the writers, whatever dilemmas they go through. I think what happened in the short of the long is in season 1, it became a big issue because the world they created was too limitless that they didn't know what to do with it. That it was becoming very difficult to write for. Mm-hmm. So what they essentially did was, season 2, they said, "Oh God," They put the cork back on the bottle and said, okay, we can't let that happen again. Let's just contain this thing and let's find the formula for it. And you know what? I'm very honest with you. I fell in love with the pilot script, which was full of mythology and full of that stuff, and it was one of the best I'd ever read. And quite honestly, to get it into the formula, you have to water it down. And we're not a cable show. I wish we were, but we're not. We're doing network TV, which fits into a particular mold. So. And I think we do it quite well.
You do. And I mean, there's still a ton of mystery around Toby. He is...
Yeah, he's still very different. He's very unique.
Yeah, and I love when your boss says, it's going to take me a while to get used to what you've got. And you're like, yeah, me too.
Totally.
Even now. So kind of cool. Okay, last listener question. Jillian Mackin from Wolfville, Nova Scotia.
Hey, all right.
Asks, if you weren't an actor, what would you be doing now? And then she puts in brackets, just so you're clear, I love your acting, by the way, and your show is awesome. But just in case, What else would you do?
Nice. I love Wolfville. I thank God for Wolfville. It's the cultural hub of the Annapolis Valley.
There you go. And it's almost apple blossom time. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Are you coming home?
No, not right now. No plans. Maybe later in the summer. We'll see. Once it gets hot and you can jump in the pool or the ocean.
There you go.
I would, and I wish to God I had been influenced by it more as a child, but I would kill to be a musician, to have that connection with the audience and to play with a band and to go. And I've been trying to force myself to believe that, at 32, 33 that I can, just get all that out of my mind and start playing an instrument.
Craig Olejnik, are you telling me that you're too old to learn something new?
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not too old to learn.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get that out of my head. I'm like, you can start. It's just a matter of having the time to do it. There's so many other things.
Well, are you taking it easy now? I know, obviously, you're doing all these interviews, but are you taking a break? Are you traveling? Are you working on another project?
I'm traveling. I get that bug in me, working on the show. Once I'm done, I grow the beard, and, I've been to California, Costa Rica. I just got back from Budapest, and I'm heading to Peru tomorrow. So...
Are you really?
Explode with exploration.
All right, one last question before I let you go, because every time I see Toby and Oz hoist a pint, I recall, and this is on tape, by the way, you said, when I'm back, we'll go for a beer. I said, will you go for a beer with me? Yes, you said. Kind of like, sure, I'll call you. One of those kind of things. Have you not been back?
I have not been home.
Okay.
I have not been there.
I was starting to take it personally. You're like...
and I found out I'm allergic to barley and malt and all that stuff, and so I can't drink beer anymore.
Are you lying? Are you
I'm lying.
You're lying. Okay.
Naturopath.
All right, listen. As always, this is amazing. Give me one sentence, just one, that can prepare everybody for what they're going to see on May 30th.
Abracadabra magic. 2 words. One sentence.
Abracadabra magic. I guess abracadabra's a word. All right. How about giving me like a real... You're
going to edit that out?
No, I mean, it's great and everything. I was kind of looking for the
magic.
cell line.
Come on.
It is magic. I saw it and it's great. It's tension-filled. I'm not going to kid you.
Okay, look, season 3 is a whole other level.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just gone to another level. It's taken the best of season 2 and trickles of season 1 and it's put it all into season 3 and it's there. It's there. It's really there. And it's a good one, honestly.
It's going to be great, and we thank you for making the time, and everybody watch The Listener May 30th.
Done. Thank you.